as always, jump center for Baylor. He goes up against 7'1" Masamba Chop. And away we go from Waco, Texas.
And he won the tip. Might be a good sign for Baylor. Winning that tip against the 7'1" center.
6'5" with the bunny hops getting up against Masamba Chop. So here is Cam Carr, 19 points a game for the Tennessee transfer. You mentioned quiet recently. Yesufu left it short. Noah Mayusin the rebound. We check out the Sun Devil starters. Mo Odom, we said, 17 points per game. Masamba Chop's the second leading scorer at 14 a game. And there's some guys that can shoot it as well. Odom comes up to get it. The Pepperdine transfer, who is charismatic, he is tough, and he is a leader for Bobby Hurley. No dice from deep for Jop, but Odom runs it down and saved it to Santiago Truitt. And Jop on the alley-oop from Grebovic.
And already off the first play, we see Odom chase down that offensive rebound. 50-50 balls will be massive in this game, and good 2 points right there for the first possession for Arizona State.
See the Baylor starters. Isaac Williams, ball in hand right now, has been great over the last 3 games. Stepped into the starting lineup when Dan Skillings got hurt. Skillings is back for a second straight game today, and Williams been doing a lot of that, getting to the basket.
That's what he specializes in, averaging 18 points and 5 assists in the last 2 games. His ability to be able to get downhill is as good as any guard in the Big 12.
Against K-State last time out, he had 16 points and 6 assists. Mayusin, as Jop tumbles, Mayusin can't get it to go. Baylor runs. Carr from Yesufu. Good closeout there from Andrea Grebovic. Yesufu backs it out for Agbim. Caden Powell lob, too tall for Carr.
And not the greatest pass right there. That's an area in which they struggled with last game. I mean, turning the ball over, they had 19 turnovers against Kansas State. And in a game like this, when you're playing against an Arizona State team who caused a lot of turnovers against Texas Tech, you have to value the basketball if you're Baylor.
As Scott Drew says, you can't win until you take losing out of it. He was really harping on those turnovers Tuesday. Mayusin got bumped. He backed it out for Jop. Short on the jumper again. A lot of touch from Masamba Jop. Looking forward to watching him today. Yesufu, strong take it, Jop.
And that is where he's at his best. I mean, he gets downhill and he finishes through contact. When you look at his strong frame, I mean, he just goes straight through the chest of defenders and does not matter.
That is a man of a freshman at 6'5". There's the lob, Odom to Jop.
And that's where Mo Odom is at his best. I mean, yeah, we talk about Odom's ability to be able to score, but he averages 6 assists on the season. So when he gets downhill, he does a really, really good job of being able to locate cutters and hit the big when he rolls.
Bobby Hurley says Mo Odom might be one of the more difficult players to guard in the entire Big 12.
I mean, I do you even better. He's arguably the most underrated guard in the conference.
Ooh, I like it. Carr got fouled by Truitt.
Let's take a look back at these 2 last possessions. I mean, Yesufu in transition, so hard to guard, going through Jop's chest. And then Jop on the opposite side, Mo Odom with the nice find, and Jop with the flush. And right here, Mike, Cam Carr gets to the free throw line. He's been struggling the last 2 games, and I love how on the first time he looks to score, he's looking to get to the rim. He gets to see the ball go in a few times. And now let's see if that turns him up to a different level and gets him going.
Yeah, because last Saturday against Louisville, to your point, he was 5 points, 1 of 11 shooting from the floor. Tuesday against Kansas State, 12 points, but 7 turnovers and 0 for 5 from 3.
And he's a shooter. I mean, he can shoot with the best of them. So a lot of times shooting is mental. To get out of slumps, you have to see the ball go in, and what better way to see the ball go in than getting to the free throw line and getting 2 easies.
First points for Cameron Carr in this one. Odom comes up to get it. A lot of high ball screens in this Arizona State offense. Another lob, this time defended by Yesufu, who leads the break. Agbim backs it out for Carr. Lob, Caden Powell.
And that's where Baylor has struggled this year. I mentioned numerous times, Baylor doesn't have a point guard. They don't really have a guy that can get into the lane and be able to hit the open man. But right there, we see Cam Carr with the ability to pass and to find the open guy.
Mayusin knocks one down. 35% from three for the hard-working sophomore from Belgium.
But in the last 4 games, he's only shooting 17, so that's a really good sign for the Sun Devils.
Williams off the bounce on Odom. Got bumped and fouled by Masamba Diop. Sends us to a timeout here in Waco, Texas. See, Dan Skillings checks in, his second game back after missing 4 with a knee injury. And Isaac Williams at the line. Transfer from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 3 straight very productive games for Williams. 12.7 assists against BYU, then dropped 20 on Louisville. Mentioned what he did Tuesday against K-State. More extended pressure from Baylor, too, after made free throws. And Carr picks it off from Pig Johnson. Skillings, the Cincinnati transfer. Boy, Cincinnati with a big win earlier today going to Fog Allen.
Yeah, that doesn't happen much. That doesn't really happen at all.
No, and not by that amount either.
Especially against unranked opponents.
Carr pulls, short, and the rebound secured by Santiago Truitt.
You know what? You know ball because you called it. You called it in the second half. I said there's no way they're pulling it off. You called it, Mike Monaco.
Louder for the people in the back. Mo Odom backs it out. He gets a high ball screen from Santiago Truitt. Turn the corner. Yesufu the rebound. Powell running the floor. Tough to handle from Yesufu. And another turnover for Baylor.
And those are the decisions right there. And if you're Yesufu, you'd rather value the possession and set your offense up than try to force something that really isn't there. Because even if Powell would have came down with that basketball, there's no telling what would have happened because he really wasn't in the best position.
McCabe, nice finish from Allen McCabe, the 5th-year senior Oakland transfer. Wes, Randolph, thank you guys very much. What a scene that was in Charlottesville, and what a game throughout, and a heck of a finish for Ryan Odom's team. Tony Bennett there watching the foul on the 3 at the end. We welcome you to Waco, Texas. King McClure, Mike Monaco with you. Big 12 action, Arizona State and Baylor, and we might have 3 potential future first-round NBA draft picks on the floor today between Tunde Yesufu and Cam Carr of Baylor and Masamba Diop of Arizona State.
And even with that, right now, so far, the best player on this court has been Isaac Williams. I mean, he's gotten downhill, 6 of the 10 points for Baylor, 6 of the 12 points for Baylor. And he's been able to really assert himself as far as driving the lane and getting good looks.
That is Pig Johnson, who missed it from deep. Dan Skillings, the rebound, and Baylor up by 3, and here's the guy you're talking about, Isaac Williams, for a Baylor team at just 13-13 overall, 3-10 in the Big 12, and on a 4-game losing streak, something that is stuck in the craw of Scott Drew. Yesufu too strong, and the rebound down to Noah Mayusin. For Arizona State, meanwhile, they're playing better recently for Bobby Hurley in his 11th year, coming off their biggest win of the season. Tuesday got an upset win over number 13 Texas Tech. Mayusin had it roll out, and then Caden Powell clears it for the Bears. Williams in transition, and a blocking foul is called on Pig Johnson.
And let's take a look at this. In transition, did he beat him to the spot? I mean, I think that was a 50-50 call, but I'm going to say that they got it right. I'm going to say it was a block. He was still leaning to the right a little bit, moving just a tad bit. I'm going to say the referees got it right. It was a 50-50 call. Could have really gone either way, but I'm going to go with the block.
And for the Big 12 diehards, you're my guy on block charge calls in Big 12 basketball.
I just feel like in block charge situations, you have to make a decision. Wrong or right, you got to make a decision.
Obi Agbim knocks down a 3, and that's huge for a guy who has scuffled recently shooting the basketball.
And to your point, 13% from 3 in the last 3 games. I mean, that's what he does. He's a jump shooter that has not shot it well. So to see one go in, big sign. And oh my goodness, Mo Odom. You talk about a guy who enjoys seeing the basketball go in off of the pick and roll. James Najee, that was about as good of a defensive play that you can make. Great contest. it does not matter. Mo Odom might be small, but he's extremely mighty.
6'2" over the top of 7 feet. Odom's first points today. Williams not known for the three-point shot quite yet. Cleared by Noah Mayusin.
And if you're Arizona State, that's exactly what you want. You want Williams to settle for that three and not be able to drive the lane and put pressure on your defense.
Odom moved it for Pig Johnson, one of their top 3 scorers. He drew a foul on Obi Agbim.
Let's go back to this Odom basket because it's so nice. We got to see it twice. Off the pick and roll, take a look at this. James Najee is there, all in his grill. It does not matter. Mo Odom can rise up over the top of you when he has the confidence that if he can get it off, it's going in.
17 points per game, 6 assists per game, and all kinds of charisma and leadership from Mo Odom. Bobby Hurley said to us this afternoon, I don't get off the bus till Mo Odom gets off the bus because he sets the tone for this program.
You can tell by the way he competes on both sides of the floor. He's definitely the leader that you would want of your program.
Kid from the Bronx. Deep one. Odom off target, wide right, and it belongs to Baylor. When we come back, 2 teams in the Big 12 craving a win on one of the great regular season Saturdays in college.
But it all started with the defensive intensity. I mean, this is not an Arizona State team that's known to give you that, but in that game specifically, I was really impressed with not just the defensive intensity, but the way that they paid attention to the scouting report. I mean, the way that they guarded JT Toppin, the way that they guarded the pick and roll, they were able to speed them up and get them in uncomfortable positions. But that was a big-time win.
Bobby Hurley talked to us pregame about the defense, what you're talking about, ramping it up, and their ball pressure. Good hands there by Pig Johnson to take one away from Michael Ratai. And he said in particular, it was late first half where he loved the defense, that run you're talking about. And look, what has been a trying season for Bobby Hurley in year 11, and with questions about his future at Arizona State.
Oh.
Carr in transition, cleared for takeoff.
Pig Johnson knew right there, he made a business decision. He knew we had no chance of stopping Cam Carr when he's coming downhill, especially with the athleticism that he's displayed over the course of a season.
Yeah, we don't need any other posters. We're good. We're well stocked. Pig Johnson at the rim for 2. NAIA transfer, 3rd leading scorer at 13 points per game.
And that's what he does well. We talk about Isaac Williams and how he can get downhill, where Johnson is the same level of player. Not a guy trying to shoot the 3, but puts his head down and has a variety of finishes at the rim.
Quick and athletic. Carr's backing down Odom. He went to the deck, and they're going to call a held ball that'll give it to Arizona State after this big one from Cam Carr.
Let's look at this. Good defense right there. And in transition, one-on-one, if you do not stop him, he can take off for flight. That's just a massive dunk right there. And Johnson knew what was best for his career.
19 points per game for Cam Carr, Tennessee transfer, redshirt sophomore. Told you we might have 3 first-round picks at some point in their careers in this game. Cam Carr is 23rd on our ESPN NBA draft big board.
And there's a lot to like about him. His shot-making ability first, mixed with his athleticism. I mean, you love what he can become. You would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side because he has the length and the athleticism. But that young man is a talent.
Andrija Grbović buries a 3. 6'11" junior shooter from Montenegro, connecting at 35% this year from 3.
Yeah, but in the last 2 games, he's only shooting 22. And there's a few guys for this Arizona State team that haven't shot it great. So when you can get them to actually see the ball go in, great sign for Arizona State.
Grbović was dealing with an illness Tuesday, so he only played 12 minutes. Wasn't a part of shoot-around before that big win. Williams bucked on the drive. Back for Tunde Yesufu, who is so good at doing that. I mean, how many times have we seen that this year from Yesufu, beyond the arc, get someone in the air?
Man, we have to take a look at this because I don't know if I agree with this call. He gets the step back, the pump fake.
You think Yesufu maybe created it?
Yeah, he 100% created that contact because Mukiba stops. So Yesufu, the only way he was going to be able to get that foul was if he leaned in a little bit.
As of right now, they'd be a 1 seed.
You know, what's interesting is, I mean, with the big games going on today, that Iowa State-BYU game definitely fell under the radar. I forgot all about that one.
Seriously?
This is a beautiful day of college basketball.
We're so pumped about the top 4 squaring off, and rightly so.
Yeah.
You lose sight of that one a little bit. Makeba scored it after Yesufu went 1 of 3 at the line. One-point Arizona State lead midway through the first. King McClure, Mike Monaco, our entire crew with you from Foster Pavilion. Williams, drive-by on Mayusin. Strong finish at Masamba Job.
We talk about how he's one of the best guards in the Big 12, getting downhill. Well, he just put it on full display right there, going straight through the defender's chest.
Playing really well, and he's gotten a lot better this season after transferring in from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Jop draws a foul on the block.
Let's take a look at this because this is so high level, Mike. The concentration, the body control, he jumps right into Jop's chest, and he finishes it with his offhand. I mean, that's a high-level finish. That's about as good of a finish as we will see in college basketball. Isaac Williams is playing at an extremely high level.
Scott Drew said to us earlier today, they've really seen his confidence grow. They feel like he's more decisive going to the basket. Mayusin on the drive. Jump with the follow in one motion.
He made that look too easy.
There is so much to like about the freshman from Senegal at 7'1" with shooting and with touch, Masamba Diop.
And he just has those things that you cannot teach. The natural instincts is why he will be a first-round draft pick. And let's take a look at this. It's what happens when you don't put a body on the offensive player. I mean, he just made that look so easy. The reach. Barely even got off the floor. Just an easy little nice flush right there. Good tip in by Diop.
Bobby Hurley said this week on local radio, he feels like Masamba Diop is one good offseason strength program away from being a lottery pick.
He has to get a little bit stronger. I mean, when you look at his lower body, he gets bumped off his pads sometimes. Like, he has the skill, but you're right, he definitely has to get stronger.
Mayusin missed it. Powell clutches it, and Baylor pushes. Tons of talent on display today. Despite the records, not where these programs would want them. Arizona State at 5-8, you see bottom left in the Big 12. But they've won 3 out of 4, coming off back-to-back conference wins for the first time in their 2 years in the Big 12. Williams, tough follow-away.
That's high level right there. You come off the pick and roll, you locate that you have the mismatch, you take the big one-on-one, put him on an island, and get a bucket.
Johnson, oh, that is nifty on the step through.
The up and under. We're seeing some high skill level right now, Mike.
Yesufu rises, sticks it.
That's not necessarily something that he's doing at a high level right now. Only 18 from 3 in the last 2. But if you allow him to be able to see a decent look, he's confident enough to rise up and knock it down.
Yeah, only 32% from 3 this year for Yesufu. We've had 7 lead changes already here in this first half. Pig Johnson on the drive. Had it roll off, and then a foul goes against Isaac Williams on the rebounding action. We got good action at both ends of the floor with the Sun Devils and Bears. Leading scorers in our game here. Isaac Williams has been awesome. He's got 10 points for a Baylor team that is shooting 64% from the floor so far in this first half. Baylor trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, and they've dropped 8 of 10, in danger of Baylor's first losing season since 2007. Odom for Truitt on the short roll. Santiago Truitt left it short, but ran down his own miss. Banging with Caden Powell over that left shoulder.
He's playing at a high level as well. I mean, him, Mo Odom, Diop, but Truitt in the last 2 games averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds. He's looking a lot more confident, but the thing I love is he's starting to be more aggressive, and he's looking for his own shot more.
Yeah, it's been secondary scoring for the Sun Devils. Carr missed it. Mayusin clears it. 6 minutes to go in this first half from Foster Pavilion. Diop the high ball screen. Odom a deep one. Swirled it out. Rebounded, stick back, Diop.
And that's what happens. On a pick and roll, Baylor's tried to switch that. So now when you have Caden Powell contesting the jumper, it leaves Isaac Williams one-on-one with the big, and if he doesn't block out, things like that happen time and time again.
See the 5 offensive rebounds, and now a zone from Arizona State. Obi Agbin working on Grebovich, nearly turned it over. Williams attacks, he splits 2. Williams over jump for 2 more, and he's got a dozen.
Arizona State trying to sit in that 2-3 zone. Well, Isaac Williams, he gets low enough to the ground to be able to split the top 2 defenders and just rise up over the top and doing what he does best.
Truitt, blocked by Powell, but a foul is called.
Let's take a look at this block, because this is how you have to protect the rim, and this is something that Baylor really hasn't had this season, because they've been extremely thin in the front court. But Caden Powell, he has exceptional timing. He's not the greatest athlete as far as vertical explosion, but his timing is impeccable, and that's why he's able to make plays like that.
I think definitely a foul, as you saw in the replays. 2 on Powell with 5 to go in the first half. Hey, Sunday morning over on ESPN and the ESPN app, Women's College Game Day crew, they're in Columbia, South Carolina, 11 a.m. Eastern to get you set for a huge day of hoops. Number 3, South Carolina, Joyce Edwards and company rolling. They get Ole Miss at noon. Then it's Oklahoma and Tennessee in the top 25 showdown. And we cap the day with star power, Olivia Miles and Audie Crooks, TCU and Iowa State.
How good has South Carolina been?
Rolling. That was a massive win last weekend at LSU.
Man, on the road, what they've been able to do does not matter where they're playing at. I mean, they're getting road wins easily.
See that atmosphere in Baton Rouge last weekend? It was lit. All right, so here's this zone from Arizona State that Bobby Hurley has used a ton in a couple of games recently. Did it against Utah and Colorado.
And Scott Drew is the king of zones. Scott Drew ran a zone when I was here at Baylor, so if anybody knows how to beat it and how to attack it, it's Scott Drew. Right there, not a great possession, but usually you're able to get at least a decent look.
Another high ball screen between Jop and Odom. Post entry for Truitt. Working on Yesufu, no. Secured by Agbin. Yesufu, transition 3. Off target, rebound Johnson. Hit ahead for Mo Odom. Big Johnson loves to attack. He got bumped, no foul called. Baylor with numbers. Carr in transition, stripped there by Odom. Rescued back for Agbin. Lines it up. Swirls it out.
Somebody has to slow this game down. Getting a little stoppy in transition. Good decision right there by Johnson to get the ball to Mo Odom and just settle the game down. Get a good possession right here.
Johnson left alone. Attacks on Najee and got fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line when we come back. Arizona State leads Baylor by 1 on the road in Waco.
Averaging 18 and 5 assists in the last 2. And today, no shortage of that.
For a guy who transferred in from Texas A&M Corpus Christi and is making a 6th straight start. Scott Drew said this week that Isaac Williams' ability to get to the paint and get to the rim, he felt like this team really needed that they hadn't had it really this season.
I mean, more so what he's saying is that they need a guy to be able to create their own shot, to get into the lane. I mean, you look at how this Baylor team is constructed, they have a bunch of really good wings, but not necessarily guys who can beat the defense off the dribble. And Isaac Williams finally gives you one of those guys and provides that, something that they really do not have. But when he gets to the rim, he's 61%. I mean, that's a high-level shot.
Yeah, finishing. Here's this press from Arizona State that caused problems Tuesday. Odom buries a 3 off it.
And once again, you're absolutely right. I mean, oh my goodness, what are they doing?
Dan Skillings just threw it right to Mo Odom.
Yeah, that's a bad play from a veteran guy. If you're Dan Skillings, you can't have those types of turnovers.
And this press from Arizona State, it legitimately bothered Texas Tech in both halves the other day on Tuesday.
Let's take a look at what Dan Skillings was doing, because I just don't understand. On this first one, this right here, they had a good trap, they secured it, And now all of a sudden on that pass back, if it's not clean, they're jumping that lane, and that was just a good decision right there by Mayusin to be able to find Odom for the three-point shot. But that's the one thing that you have to do. I mean, this Arizona State team has really good length, and when you look at their three guards, all of them are extremely agile, and they do a tremendous job of jumping the passing lanes and reading the eyes of the offensive players. And that's why they had a lot of success against Texas Tech in that press.
You had asked Bobby Hurley before the game, we're going to see the press, and if so, how much? He said, you know, we're definitely going to do it some. We've seen that here. He said he can't do it all the time. It's not the deepest bench that they have, but certainly pick your spots after timeouts and like this, after free throws. They get a trap on Yesufu, and a foul is called against Arizona State.
But Baylor would be a good team to do the press against because, you know, what I just reiterated was that Baylor doesn't have a real point guard. They have a bunch of talented wings, but they don't have a guy who can really see over the defense and make the right decision time and time again. So in that press, if you're not really careful, they can trap you, they can make you uncomfortable and cause you to spit the ball out to the opposing team.
And they have a few different looks, Arizona State does, in this press. Bobby Hurley just said to his guys, 2-2-1. It's something he said to his pregame. We have a few different ways we can press.
And he wants to throw you off so that you're not used to the same thing, because eventually you're going to figure it out and you're going to end up beating it. So they want to throw you off balance.
See this 8-0 run the last 2+ minutes for the Sun Devils, headed toward halftime. Carr around the screen, moved it for Williams. To the corner for Skillings. Hits. Big three, much needed for Baylor.
And that's a great decision that all started with Cam Carr. When he came off the ball screen, he looked opposite. He didn't hit the easy pass right there at the top of the key. He looked opposite to the open man, which led to a 2-on-1 on the backside.
First points for Dan Skillings in this game. Johnson, tough step back. Rebound down to Powell. Carr got the switch. Wide right. Yesufu attacks the offensive glass and draws a foul against Arizona State.
And that was Baylor's first offensive rebound. And we talk about a team that is 14th in offensive rebound percentage and had 18 offensive rebounds against Kansas State. To have 0 and going up against the team, as you see right here, 320th in defensive rebounding. Arizona State is known to give up a lot of offensive boards, but that has not been the case today.
Yesufu hacks, and we'll get to. Yeah, we got one of the more famous quotes ever about rebound.
Oklahoma State game, they actually won that game on the rebounding glass, on the glass. And against Texas Tech, they did a really good job of keeping it about even. But so far in this game, they've been the aggressors on the glass when Baylor is known to do that. They're known to attack you on the offensive glass, but they haven't allowed Baylor to be able to do that. And honestly, it's been the opposite.
So here's Yesufu back to the line. True freshman from Benin, the African country. Hey, tonight before the Rockets and Knicks at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central on ABC, we've got Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq. They tip off coverage at 8. They're back at 11 Eastern after the game as well. See Luka last night, he was saying he would cook Charles in his prime. Shots fired at Charles on his birthday yesterday.
Wow. And you know, I don't know how many people could really stay in front of Luka in their prime. So I don't disagree.
All right.
Luka would have cooked me.
Me too. Arizona State by 5, approaching 90 seconds to go, and Grebovich turned it over. Cam Carr pushes a no-look pass. Maybe not needed there toward Yesufu, and a 7th Baylor turnover.
And Cam Carr in the last 3 games has had a total of 16 turnovers. And those are the plays that he has to eliminate if he wants to be able to be on the winning side of these games. Because you had the advantage in transition, but you try to hit the home run pass and you try to throw a no look that ends up out of bounds. Make the simple play which leads to success.
Baylor has really struggled with turnovers all year. Worst turnover rate in conference play. We said 7 here in this first half. Mo Odom directing. Another high ball screen. James Nagy the switch. Shot clock at 5. Jop had the mismatch. Grebovic left alone and hits the 3.
And that was all set up because on the pick and roll, you had Jop and Williams down low. So Yesufu had to help. He had to overhelp because he thought that they would take advantage of that. But with him being in the paint, sinking that low, now you give up a 3 to a wide open shooter.
Second 3 for Grebovic, part of 5 for Arizona State, who's back in the zone. Skillings off the bounce. Skillings got bumped, wanted a foul. Nagy soared for the offensive rebound. Fresh 20 for Baylor. 8 seconds separate game and shot clocks. Williams. And that is last touch by Arizona State. Stays with Baylor.
Let's go back to this 3 from Arizona State. Because if you take a look at this, look where Yesufu is. Why is he in the paint? If you look down low, that's an advantage. That would have been an easy 2, so you would have rather give up the 3. But with the way Grebovic has been playing, our offense is extremely hard to stop.
All right, so 18.2 seconds to go in this first half. Baylor's gone 2+ minutes without points. And how would you like 7'1" Masamba jump on the inbounds of Isaac Williams, who got it into Nagy, tipped away by Pig Johnson with the flush.
That's exactly what you do not want to happen if you're Scott Drew. That's the last thing that you want it to happen.
Carr, final seconds, lays it in. And we hit halftime in Waco, Texas. Excellent first half from Arizona State.
Possession.
Big game for Scott Drew's team here at home, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Again, both these teams off of Joe Lunardi's bubble for the time being down the stretch. Here's Tunde Yesufu, super talented freshman. Obi Agbim, no, and the rebound down to Santiago Truitt. Arizona State shot 47% from the floor and made 5 of 12 from 3-point range. They only turned it over 4 times. Masamba Diop had 8 points and 6 rebounds. Freshman from Senegal going to work, and it rolled off. Cam Carr had a half dozen, and he cans a 3 to start the second half.
And that's a great decision in transition. Because right there, he saw that the defender's feet it was inside the 3-point line, and he was retreating. So right there, just good basketball IQ to be able to get the shot off by Cam Carr.
He had been 1 for his last 14 from 3 before that make. Jop going to work on Carr, followed by Truitt.
And right there, you have to have the crackdown, because you saw the advantage that Arizona State had. So when the extra defender comes over to go protect the rim, somebody has to take his man. We call that the crackdown. There was not one right there, which led to 2 points by Arizona State.
And it's now 7 offensive rebounds for the Sun Devils. Huck was talking about that in the studio in the first half. Yesufu couldn't connect, and Mo Odom's got it for Arizona State. I know you were curious about rebounding coming in for the game. Arizona State +6 in rebounding. Shot clock below 10. And a turnover. Grebovic looking for Truitt.
And right there,
that he doesn't love right now. And let's have a replay of this. King is talking with the officials right now, so let's see. Truitt into the corner after the 3 from Yesufu. And maybe Arizona State's complaint was that something happened to Truitt along the sideline on the Baylor bench. What'd you learn?
Yeah, they're saying that somebody on the bench of Baylor grabbed Truitt when he was running back. Let's take a look at this.
I didn't see it on the first look, but let's have a look. He certainly gets hit by the follow-through. Nothing untoward there from Yesufu. He's entitled to that space, but let's see on the bench as it continues.
There is no flagrant foul.
Let's see what happens if you keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
I don't think so.
I didn't see anything. The referees got that one right. I didn't see anything. But Bobby Hurley told the referees to go look at it, and they just trying to make sure they didn't miss anything. But the referees got it right. I didn't see anything right there.
Totally agree. So, in any event, 2 minutes into the second half. Arizona State by 7. And Baylor with the basketball. Arizona State extending some more pressure. What does Baylor have to do to handle the press better than they did in the first half?
Well, you have to give yourself at least 3 options every time.
Good hands by Jop.
And that's, oh, wow.
Powell scores it anyway.
Hey, against the press break, you always need 3 options. You need two as far as the entry passes, and then 1 in the middle. But they did a really good job right there breaking that, and it leads to a bucket. Caden Powell going through Jop's chest. You know, one thing I've been impressed with is Baylor's ability to not be afraid of Jop. You know, Jop is one of the best big man defenders as far as protecting the rim that we have in the Big 12.
Yeah, Jop's third in the conference in blocks per game. Got to get it up, and Grebovich and Truitt do not. It's an Arizona State turnover.
And that's a great defensive possession. I mean, right there, you keep everything in front of you. You don't allow any dribble penetration. I mean, those are the possessions that Scott Drew needs from his team. But too many times, it has not been that.
You mentioned earlier some of the defensive struggles for Baylor this year. A couple big stops. Williams attacks, and there's a block from Jop.
And that's what Jop does best. And over the course of the season, he's continued to get better and better with his rim protection. Let's take a look back at this. Because in order to be a good rim protector, you have to have great timing. And right there, Jop leaves his feet after Williams leaves his, and he gets it before he gets to the backboard. And Jop's timing and his shot blocking presence has gotten so much better.
Good drop off. Yesufu couldn't finish.
And once again, Jop doesn't get the block, but because you feel his presence right there, it caused Yesufu to miss an easy 2-point layup.
And Jop has had his fair share of blocks. Another turnover. Williams took it away, and then Mayusin stripped Yesufu. Mo Odom wants to slow this down for Arizona State. They had 4 turnovers the entirety of the first half. They've got 4 in the first 4 minutes of the second half. Mayusin around the screen. Late shot clock. Odom came up to get it. Odom trying to spin through, and it'll stay at this end of the floor with 4.7 to shoot for Arizona State.
Odom might have got a little bit out of control right there off that pick and roll. A little bit indecisive, didn't really know where he wanted to go with the basketball, but I'd look for a quick shot by somebody right here with 4.7.
Take it away, another turnover, and then Jop reaches out and commits a foul there on Cam Carr. So that's 2 on Masamba Jop.
Not the greatest foul. Almost 94 feet away from the basket. There's no reason to commit that foul so far away.
Bobby Hurley goes to the bench for Pig Johnson, who was great in the first half. You see the turnover story. It was the Baylor problem in the first half, and so far they're forcing them from Arizona State in the second half. Obi Agbim to the mid-range for 2.
That's where he specializes. If you allow him to get to his mid-range pull-up, it's basically money.
Second bucket for the 6th-year senior Wyoming transfer. 1 possession game here in Waco. Odom with a mismatch. Truitt flashes. Truitt on Carr. Moves it for Mayusin. Pig Johnson. Mid-range, fall away. No.
And that's a bad offensive possession for Arizona State, but let me tell you why. You had Jop down low with the 6'2" guard on him, and nobody was able to give him the basketball. Bad offensive possession by Arizona State.
He never got a touch, and Baylor's right back into it.
Cam Carr versus Yaxel Lindenborg. That's primetime cinema. I think that game comes down to who's ever backcourt plays the best. We know the front court is what both teams pride themselves on, but who's ever backcourt plays better wins that game.
Meantime here in Waco, we got a 3-point game early on second half. Carr!
Oh,
caught a body! good gracious. Pig Johnson answers.
That's a big-time response. And Pig Johnson, when he gets downhill, he's so hard to contain one-on-one because he is an elite-level finisher.
I mean, Camp Carr touched the rafters. Michael Rataj, high-arcing three, and we are tied at 44.
And that's not something that he has been doing well. He has not shot the ball great from behind the arc, but anything that they can get from him, they will take it. But please, let's go back to this Cam Carr flush. He drives the closeout, and oh my goodness. Air Carr taking off. Look at how far he cocks the ball back. That's insane. That's NBA level athleticism. Cam Carr just showing us why he has potential to be a first-round draft pick.
I mean, Scott Drew wasn't kidding. He said to us 2 weeks ago, it is special athleticism. He can be on SportsCenter top 10 every single night. Truitt had it roll out. And it belongs to Baylor.
And that has to be top 5 in the plays.
Easy.
Easily.
If that is out of the top 5 on SC top 10, we riot.
we riot. We write letters. I feel like you're a good writer. You write a personal letter to SportsCenter about your displeasure for not having Cam Carr be top 5.
All right, you proofread it. We send it.
Look, I got you. A little Baylor and Notre Dame education right here.
Teaming up. We got a heck of a ball game going as well. 44 all, and this place is activated in Waco. For tie, yeah, only 21% from 3 this year. Williams attacks, playing off 2 feet, scores it off the glass.
And I'm glad you said that because that's the one thing I noticed with Isaac Williams. He's so patient and he plays off 2 feet. In order to be a good guard at this level, you have to be able to play off of 2 feet, and Isaac Williams shows us why right there.
You see the first lead since there was 7+ to go in the first half. Johnson to the rim, and another answer from Pig Johnson.
And that's just a bad closeout. You want Pig Johnson to shoot the 3. So that means you have to back up and have short closeouts. But right there, you allow Pig Johnson to get by you. That's not good attention to detail.
How big has this guy been for Arizona State this year? NAIA transfer, 13 points per game, and it feels like whenever he wants to, he's getting to the rim.
That's what you have to know. I mean, when you talk about scouting reports, when you're in college and you're playing basketball, the scouting reports are so detailed, especially when you're in conference play. So right there, you can't allow him to be able to just get a free reign and to be able to drive you on the closeout. You have to be able to contain, stay in front. And if anything, you give up the 3-point shot.
Odom, too strong. Offensive rebound, and McCabe right to the rim.
And that's now 8 offensive rebounds for Arizona State to Baylor's 2. I mean, if you would have said that Arizona State would be dominating Baylor on the offensive glass before this game, I wouldn't have believed you.
Not the way Arizona State has struggled to rebound. Rataj short in the middle of the zone. Johnson around the screen. Draws a foul and will get 2 at the line. Let's have one more look so we don't need to write any letters to anyone at SportsCenter.
Cam Carr on the baseline drive. Get out the way because Cam Carr is coming through. SportsCenter, put that number 1.
Hour and a half with his mom, ends up at Baylor, and a historical trailblazer here at Baylor.
Wow. The history that I didn't even know. I didn't even know how that all transpired.
Paved the way for many others to come through a great program. King McClure, Mike Monaco with you inside of a dozen minutes to go in the second half from a raucous Foster Pavilion. Arizona State is led by as many as 10 in this game right before halftime. Pig Johnson's the top scorer for the Sun Devils. And Johnson misses both. And if you couldn't tell by looking, that means cupcakes for everyone because the same player missed both free throws in the second half here in Waco. Williams backed it out for Yesufu. Off the shot fake. Knocks it down.
That's just a good decision by Yesufu. The pump fake to allow the defender to fly by and take the dribble, step back, get to your spot, and just knock it down. Yesufu with a big three.
His second. Guy who was a top 10 recruit in this freshman class. Matched up with Pig Johnson. Oh, with a hezzy and goaltending on Caden Powell.
Let's go back to this Yesufu shot. I mean, that's just good awareness to know where the defender is. And when you hit a shot like
as goaltending on Caden Powell against Pig Johnson.
And let's take a look. It looked like he got that.
Maybe still on the way up.
It was still on the way up. And from that angle, it didn't look like it hit the...
Baylor's out of challenges for the remainder of the game.
It's like you can see the future.
Well, I was told it didn't break. But there was not conclusive evidence to change the call. So they originally said it was a goaltend, and there was nothing that they saw that made them change their mind or something that was clear. It has to be clear, it has to be evident. And there was nothing there. So I understand why they didn't change it, but to me, off initial look, it seemed like it was a clean block.
Yeah, it's right on that border, and it's big. I mean, Baylor loses its challenge and loses a timeout. So you see now only 2 remaining with 11 minutes to go. Yesufu missed it. Skillings backed it out. Baylor bench wanted, I think, basket interference there. Yesufu rises. Too strong. And a one-arm rebound for Jop. This game's been tightly played throughout. 7 ties, a dozen lead changes midway through the second half. Mo Odom's been relatively quiet in this game. McCabe on the baseline, muscles it up for 2.
And once again, I don't understand why Baylor, they're overexerting themselves on the closeouts of Pig Johnson. I mean, you know he's not going to shoot that, so when Pig Johnson gets into the lane, is able to drive that closeout and create an advantage, now he can either score or he can dump off to his big, and you're putting your defense at a bad spot when you overexert yourself on a driver and putting yourself in a bad spot. I don't know why you would even try to jump right there. If you're gonna foul, go.
Saying the international symbol for on your head. So Caden Powell to the line trying to tie it and stamp a 3-point play. Baylor was down 8 at halftime. And Powell couldn't tie it up. Yeah, you mentioned the closeouts on Pig Johnson. He's 0 for 2 from 3 in this game. He hasn't shot a lot of threes this season. Right around 34%. Johnson lost the handle. McCabe.
We're seeing some high flyers. Some vertical explosion at the rim. I mean, in this league, that's how you have to attack it. That's how you have to go up. You got to go up strong.
Nice pass. Powell couldn't finish.
And as soon as I say that, of course somebody would miss the dunk, huh?
Got a good look at it from Yesufu. Johnson lost the handle. Powell dives for it. And we get a held ball, and the Arrow will keep it at this end of the floor. 16. Isaac Williams for Scott Drew has 14, and turnovers have been a story. A big problem for Baylor in the first half, and a problem here in the second half for Arizona State, King.
Turnovers and, offensive rebounds. The way that Arizona State has been able to attack the glass and what they've been able to do on second chance points, 12-0 right now, is something that we usually don't see done to Baylor, and it's usually on the opposite side of that. Baylor is the team attacking the offensive glass and able to convert those into second chance points.
And by the way, Pig Johnson just went down the tunnel for Arizona State. He had gone to the floor on that drive. Carr short from 3. So that's one of the top scorers for the season for Arizona State, and their top scorer in this game, as we told you, with 16 points off the bench for Bobby Hurley. An Arizona State team that's coming off back-to-back wins, including an upset of Texas Tech on Tuesday when they stormed the court in Tempe. Odom way too strong. Powell with the loose ball to the deck. And Baylor on a 4-game losing streak. Trying to snap that. They've dropped 8 of 10. Underneath, Powell.
Right there, Powell with a good decision. We saw what happened the last time he was put in that predicament. He tried to dunk it and missed it. But right there, similar situation. He just gets the 2 points because he understands the value of it.
Odom a deep 3.
And that's what he can do. It doesn't matter how many he misses. It doesn't matter how his night is going. He is confident. Mo Odom is one of the most confident guards in the conference.
On the turn, Yesufu stayed patient.
And Baylor's having a lot of success by getting the ball to Yesufu in the middle of the zone and allowing him to be able to make decisions. And he's done a really good job of making the right one.
Odom threaded one for Masamba Diop. Oh, nice roll working on Powell.
And that just goes to show the skill level that Diop has at 7'1". I mean, to be able to catch it at that elbow and be able to rip and drive and have those types of finishes in his bag. Diop is a high talent.
Just like Yesufu, get middle of the zone, like you said, for Baylor.
He's working that to perfection.
They liked it. They thought he'd be a really good defender. He has scored a lot for them, too, off the bench.
He's done a terrific job, and that just goes to show you, no matter what the level the guy is at, if you can play, you can play. NAIA Division II, Division III, it does not matter.
You're a JUCO, 2 years, NAIA, and now with Arizona State. Who's up by 2, 6.5 to go from Foster Pavilion. Noah Mayusin, late shot clock. Got to get it up. Can't hit. And the rebound down to Ratai. Isaac Williams off the floor right now for Baylor, so Obi Agbim initiates. Yesufu on Diop. Too strong. That's an illegal screen set by Masamba Diop. Bobby Hurley and Diop insist that Diop was pushed in real time. I think they got a pretty good case that he might have been pushed there by Baylor.
Let's take a look at this because Diop is really trying to plead his case.
I thought he got pushed by Skillings. No question.
Oh, no question he got
question.
pushed. And that's a tough call to make right there from that angle when you're on the baseline. Because you really couldn't see the hands of Skillings, but I mean, Hurley and Diop are right.
And now one comes back. Caden Powell. By the way, it was the 3rd on Diop, and now that's 3 on Powell. So I guess we're even.
And that might have been a makeup call right there.
If you believe in such a thing, I think so.
If you believe in such a thing. But it definitely looked like it.
So 5.5 to go. Still a 2-point game. Truitt. Bodying Carr. Loves that little right hook, but he missed it. And then it belongs to the Bears. So what's going to be key here down the stretch? We got 5+ minutes to go. This game has been tight throughout.
I think it's 2 things. Taking care of the basketball, number 1. Whoever can have the least amount of turnovers down this last 5 minutes, I think has a good chance to put themselves in a position to win. And then number 2, the offensive glass. You have to secure possessions and not allow the opposing team to be able to get
out of
offensive
bounds call
rebounds.
is challenged by Arizona State.
The one thing every college basketball game needs, another review. We go back to the monitor to check possession here underneath. That might be off Yesufu.
Yeah, it looked like that was probably off Yesufu. Let's take this look right here. That's off Yesufu.
Might be off both his hands, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely off Yesufu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be Arizona State ball.
Arizona State, it should be Arizona State basketball. Yep.
So you said limiting turnovers is going to be key here for both teams down the stretch. What else?
And offensive rebounding. You have to be.
So Bobby Hurley's got Santiago Truitt, Masamba Diop, Mo Odom, Peg Johnson, and Noah Mayusin as his 5 on the floor. Odom off a screen. A lot of contacts. Johnson tried to save it, but he stepped out on the baseline. And this does belong to Baylor.
And I think right there, Mo Odom was too worried about the contact and tried to sell the foul as opposed to actually making the shot. Had he just truly followed through, I do think he could have been fouled right there, but he tried to oversell the foul, which caused him to airball the shot.
He loves drawing fouls on threes. He's done it 6 times successfully this year, drawing a foul on a 3. We get a foul away from the basketball here that goes against Mo Odom in Arizona State. Only the first foul on Mo Odom. It's been a choppy second half here.
Yeah. There really hasn't been that many fouls called. They've done a really good job of just letting the teams play.
Yeah. Agbim sticks a 3. Baylor back in front. Diop initiates. Mayusin around the screen. Got the switch from Powell. Short. Rebound down to Williams. Baylor's got the momentum. And the crowd is into it here in Waco. Carr, deep 1. Too strong. Powell, the offensive rebound.
And that's what Powell brings to this team. He always makes the little plays that contribute to winning.
He's had a great second half. Yesufu got fouled on the way up. So Tunde Yesufu to the line after the foul. There is the second on Mo Odom. Yesufu with 13 points. Arizona State's defense has made him work today on 13 shots. We see some struggles at the free throw line for Yesufu, and for the season is 79%. Hey, our Saturday Hoop Spectacular continues with these featured ESPN matchups. Michigan and Duke a little over a half hour away over on ESPN. Then Kentucky and Auburn at 8:30 Eastern, followed by a top 25 showdown. BYU and Iowa State ranked 6th in the country. Late night over on ESPN. So Tunde Yesufu 2 for 7 on free throws today. Baylor's on a 6-0 run.
I think this is the time Mo Odom looks to get aggressive.
Mayusin off a screen. And a foul on the rebounding action away from the ball goes on Baylor. And we got a 2-point game with 3:46 to go. Come on back to
his teammates. But he's so dangerous with his scoring, which opens up everything. So I think the ball has to be in Mo Odom's hands for Arizona State.
He's got 9 points, 3 assists, but he does have 4 turnovers. And you see, Arizona State's been scoreless coming up on 4 minutes now. Diop couldn't hit the jump shot. Mayusin runs it down. You mentioned how big offensive rebounds were going to be for both these teams late. Santiago Truitt going to work, and he will get to at the line, drawing the foul on Tunde Yesufu.
And you can tell what the intention was right there for Arizona State, to get the ball inside and use your height to your advantage. I mean, they started off with Diop, the 7'1" center, going up against the 6'9" Caden Powell. And then you have Truitt at 6'11", going up against the 6'5", 6'6", Tunde Yesufu. Get the ball inside and try to get 2 points.
Hey, tomorrow morning, ESPN in the app, the Women's College Game Day crew is in Columbia, South Carolina at 11 a.m. Eastern. Gets you set for a loaded day, including South Carolina, Ole Miss at noon, Oklahoma and Tennessee. We cap off the afternoon with TCU and Iowa State. So Santiago Truitt good on both. Yeah, they have the size on the interior. Baylor's got it on the perimeter. And we're tied at 61 with 3+ minutes to go. Here's Cam Carr. Driving on Pig Johnson to the cup.
And what I love about Cam Carr, even though he hasn't had one of his better scoring games, I love how he hasn't settled. I mean, there's a clear intention there to get the ball to the rim and not settle for the three-point shot because he hasn't done a good job of knocking those down at the elite clip that we typically see him shoot at.
Job got pushed in the back on the post entry by Obi Agben.
And let's go back to this drive right here. He has the advantage. Maybe he got away with a little bit of a push-off, but nonetheless, finishes through the contact. And this is the best version of Cam Carr. When he's not settling for threes, when he's able to really be able to diversify his scoring, get to the lane, and then the three-point shot falls once you see it go through a little bit. But I love that version of Cam Carr.
Odom corner three wouldn't go. Now Cam Carr, 23rd on our ESPN NBA draft board, and he's got 13 for Baylor. Here's Carr. Agben around a screen. Yes! Pig Johnson got bumped on the floor by Isaac Williams. So that'll be the 1-and-1 coming with the 17th foul by Baylor.
And this was just a great drop right there by Scott Drew. He thought that Cam Carr was going to drive, but you have Obi Agben coming off of a pin down screen. And he just knocks it down. Big time shot. And on the flip side, we keep seeing it. This is what Pig Johnson does. He puts pressure on your defense, and he does a great job of drawing fouls. Because if you're not ready to defend, and you're not ready to beat him to the spot with your chest, his first step will cause you to foul every single time.
75% from the free throw line. Just earned another. Game high 17 for Pig Johnson. One possession game. Back in the first half, if you're just joining us, Baylor had trouble with the press from Arizona State. Arizona State did it successfully Tuesday in their upset against Texas Tech 2. Williams escaped. Yesufu attacks and lays it in. Johnson helped out by a foul call.
And that was all created by the low pickup. That right there is a really high-level basketball move. Because take a look at his gather. We call this a low pickup. Right here, he sees the defender, Cam Carr, slide over. He knows that typically you're gonna reach high, so he tries to go under your hand and draw the foul right there. That's a pro move.
That can be a savvy place to draw one.
Very savvy play, because typically the hands goes directly out. So when you go under, it causes you to typically hit the offensive players inside elbow. And that's just a savvy move.
And on a day where Mo Odom, who averages 17 a game, only has 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting, Pig Johnson has been enormous for the Sun Devils. Still a long way to go here in Waco. Yesufu avoided the trap. Picked off by Johnson. Odom lays it in, and it's a 1-point game.
This might be something that Bobby Hurley wants to stick with. This press can be dangerous. We've seen it work. The last game against Texas Tech, it's worked today against Baylor. I mean, when you put their length and then you mix that with some of the quickness of their guards, it can be really, really tough.
Williams off the bounce, and they're going to say the foul is against Mo Odom. Bobby Hurley thought it was a push-off instead on Williams.
Let's take a look at this press right here. Look at how they just read the defense, and once again, who else? Pig Johnson. Not just doing it on offense, but it's done it time and time again on defense. They read passing lanes almost like safeties in football. They do a tremendous job of that, and they make it tough. They make you uncomfortable, and they speed you up.
Third foul you see on Mo Odom. And Pig Johnson's been as good as anyone on the floor.
On both sides.
1:18 to go. in regulation. Into Agbim. He's got another!
And Scott Drew, a mastermind in underneath out-of-bounds plays. He got a 3 off of this same play. 2 possessions in a row. Take a look at this. They clear it out. They set screens on the top 2 defenders, which leaves Obi Agbim to just pop back for the 3. Doesn't even need to move a lot because Cam Carr and Tunde Yesufu set great screens. And Obi Agbim is feeling it. Hasn't had good shooting performances in the past few games. Well, today, Mike, it's a different story.
Obi Agbim, before this game, had missed 10 straight threes. He's 4 for 6. 2 of them, to your point, have come off of the same baseline out-of-bounds action by Scott Drew.
And that's what happens when you have bigger wings. When you have big wings who can set great screens, they free up the shooter up top. And the smaller guards of Arizona State cannot get around.
So Baylor by 4 with 1:09 to go, with the Bears trying to get off the schneid and keep their hopes alive in what has been a difficult season. They've had good resilience here today in a game they trailed by as many as 10. Still time for Arizona State. Odom comes up to get it. The leader for the Sun Devils. Off the jump screen, Odom attacks, and he gets fouled by Williams.
And that's something that Mo Odom is just so good at. When he drives the ball and he gets a little bit of contact, he instantly flings his head back and draws fouls at a high rate. Now, granted, he sought out the contact and there was some there, but he ends up on the floor because he tries to oversell. He's an elite actor.
He's made a living getting to the free throw line this year, and you see he's been ultra productive when there. 84% at the stripe for the charismatic senior leader of this team. First trip to the line tonight. Too strong. He is the straw that stirs Arizona State's drink. Bobby Hurley said to his pregame, I don't get off the bus till this guy gets off the bus. Odom splits. It's a 3-point game with 54.5 seconds to go. Baylor's got 1 timeout remaining. Arizona State has 2. Trap in the corner on Williams. And Scott Drew takes his final timeout right in that corner for Cam Carr. With 6'11", Santiago Truitt in front of him. They'll back off. Got it back to Carr. A trap on Carr. No timeouts for Baylor. Just over the timeline to Yesufu.
That's a good decision right there by Yesufu. He initially was thinking drive, but pulled it out, made the right decision.
And Arizona State with time to play this out defensively, just down 3. Agbim off the bounce, got to the rack for 2. 5-point game, 24 seconds to go. Chop, nowhere to go. Rebound down to Powell. Arizona State is not fouling yet. And finally they do with 7 seconds to go.
And this just isn't a good play right there by the freshman. You got to get rid of that basketball. You can't force up a bad shot like that when the game is on the line and you're... was phenomenal. I mean, when you look at what he's done on the season, he only gets to the rim 11% of the time, and 89% of the time he's shooting a jumper. So Arizona State played him for the jumper, and he was able to get downhill and get to the rim because that's not something that he's known to do.
Isaac Williams to the free throw line. 69%, and he missed it. Agbem the offensive rebound, and that'll do it. Baylor takes down Arizona State here at home.
This was the win that they needed. Baylor came out here, they executed in the second half.